I believe the people that do the best NFT projects over the next 2 years will have disproportionate financial outcomes and legacy outcomes over the next 2 decades.
You got your perspective. I just want to be happy. Don't you want to be happy?
All right, everybody. So as promised, we have Garyvee here to talk about all things NFTs and his upcoming collection. And Gary, I want you to know I'm wearing something sparkly for 2 reasons. One, because NFTs are new and sparkly and people don't understand it. So we want to kind of explain to people. And secondly, it's Ramadan. And this is made by a designer in the Middle East, Dimayed. And Ramadan is about giving. So we want to give people the gift of knowledge.
I would love that.
Why do NFTs matter? And what is all this craze about? Explain it to us.
It matters long-term because it's a technology that creates a transparent ledger which documents provenance, actual digital ownership, the actual history of a digital asset and how it navigates through the world. And as our society becomes more digital by nature, caring about things that we didn't care about 20 years ago. How many followers do we have? What did that mean 20 years ago? Do I have a blue check mark on my social media, verified? What did that matter? Our Fortnite skins, our Roadblocks plus ups, our NBA 2K and Madden cards, our other plus ups in mobile gamings. My 11-year-old daughter and all her friends are trying to buy up all sorts of things on their iPhone games to show, here's the key, to show the world who they are. This is about identity. This is about social currency. This is about the reason, and listen, I know the Middle East understands this the way the Americas do. People buy expensive clothes, expensive jewelry, expensive vehicles. They take photos in expensive vacations because humans are inherently communicative animals and we communicate through our fashion or through our accomplishments. It is just the way it is. And one can take a cynical point of view on that, or one can just understand that that is the human being. I understand that that is the human being. I also understand that a decentralized server-based reality of documenting what tokens you own is going to be something that will happen. It has happened. We don't need to predict. NFTs are here. They've been here for 4 to 5 years. They are now hitting the kind of social consciousness of humanity. Today, much like we focused on search engines and browsers in early internet, today, what we're focusing on so far in early NFT mainstream knowledge is collectibles and art.
Yep.
That is true. That is a part of it. Obviously, that comes very natural to me because I am a collector at heart. I am someone who's always been fascinated in intellectual property creation. However, the far bigger impact of an NFT is the technology itself. That token has an underlining smart contract potential built into it. That contract can represent anything. It can represent a deed to a home. It can represent a ticket to a conference. It can represent a VIP ticket to a concert. It can represent green room access to an event. It can represent the fact that this image comes with this physical thing. You buy this NFT, I must contractually send you this in the mail. I believe that over the next decade, as people become way more educated on the smart contract part of the NFT, you will see far more explosion in its everyday use. There is only a certain percentage of people that are passionate about collecting things. There is all 8 billion of us that do things that are on a ledger and are contractually obligated, whether that is to buy something or to go somewhere. And I believe that that will be what happens. I believe that anybody who sells a book, a music album, access to a sporting event, a table at a restaurant, a conference ticket, a home, everyone will use NFT infrastructure in the future decades, thus making this era incredibly important because the Amazons and eBays and Googles and Microsoft Explorer or Google Chrome, the rules are being established. About the iPhone, the early apps, there was a bunch of garbage and there's a bunch of garbage in NFT land, but some of those early apps became the biggest companies in the world. I believe the people that do the best NFT projects over the next 2 years will have disproportionate financial outcomes and legacy outcomes over the next 2 decades.
So for example, you're talking about like this ticket, like let's say, for example, Expo 2020 in Dubai or Art Dubai or Art Abu Dhabi. Would they create an NFT, like bring it to life to something that we would see in the region?
There will be no reason for those two events to issue regular tickets in 2025 when everybody on earth has this knowledge. The reason is by creating an NFT, they create a derivative asset after the conference. So not only that, that asset sits in people's wallets. And just like an airplane ticket sits in my Apple wallet now,
Yep.
over time, that token is something that I can connect to and do something with. For example, if we issued the NFT now, two things happen that are better than the paper ticket or the virtual ticket that those two events are issuing today. One, immediately that becomes a digital asset. The organization in that ticket can say, if this piece of art, which is a ticket, all this is going to blend. Think about the art festival. They can make a very beautiful digital asset as the ticket. When that ticket, that piece of art is sold in the future as a collectible, no different than a ticket to the first World Series or the World Cup. I can go on eBay right now and buy a ticket stub from the first World Cup, right?
Got it.
When that's sold, the person that owned it and eBay will make all the money. However, in the future, the people that issued the NFT will. So for example, bringing it to life, World Expo makes a beautiful ticket. It's the actual ticket, the NFT. When I, Gary, go and I have a lovely time, but then in 6 years, the artist that made that ticket became super famous and everybody wants this NFT and I sell it for $2,000, the expo makes 10% on that because it's on the ledger forever. Yeah. In perpetuity, there is a royalty in the contract. That is very different than issuing a ticket. Not only that, it's marketing. When Maha, who will do this in 20 years, if you know Maha, meets somebody important or famous or influential. Today, when we meet somebody, we look at Google and we look at Instagram to see who they are after they leave. Oh, that person was interesting. Let me look them up, right? Yep, we all do it. I believe in 5 years, we will also look at Maha's public wallet to see what tokens she has. And when I look in there and see that she has 4 years worth of going to the art festival or the film festival, right? You know, in Egypt or World Expo, that will be marketing towards me. Wow, this interesting person that I think is cool and is accomplished, they go every year to this art expo. I want to go to the art expo. There was no way to do what I just said 5 years ago.
Exactly.
There might be a photo that you put on Instagram that says you're here, but by the time I meet you 4 years later, I'm not seeing that photo. Whereas the public wallet will become a social currency layer. So what the expo just did by not issuing a boring QR code ticket or a paper ticket, by doing an NFT, is they've created a collectible variable that can be marketing, but it is also a financial impact on them because as that token continues to trade, then all of a sudden they're making money in perpetuity.
I love it. Gary, thank you. I want to talk about your project, last but not least. So Garyvee NFTs are launching on May 5th. We've been talking a lot about it, trying to educate everybody about how to create a wallet and how to do it. But tell us about your project. Why are you launching your own NFTs?
The same reason I launched WineLibrary.com and Wine Library TV. Internet was foreign to me. Computers were foreign to me, yet I knew that internet was going to change the world. So the only way I knew I would learn is by having a website, hence WineLibrary.com. In 2005, I realized that social media and content were about to change the world on the internet. And so the only thing I knew to do was and I never appeared in any video. I never had aspirations to be a public figure. I was 30 years old and I was a retailer. I was a businessman. And so I started Wine Library TV because I needed to taste it. I needed to know how to use YouTube and Twitter and MySpace and Facebook to drive business. The reason I'm doing the project is NFTs are now the third moment in my career. Internet 1, Internet 2, and now Internet 3, or Web 3.0. And so I have to launch my own project so that I can advise, invest, and communicate around this technology. I get my hands dirty, which is where my insights come from. That's why I have to do it.
And is it available to everybody in the Middle East to be able to purchase your NFTs?
It is. You have to get a custodial wallet. Obviously, different wallets over index in different parts of the world. You need to have Ethereum in that wallet. And then you have to be able to get your own non-custodial. Wallet Connect has a lot of them. And then the one that I'm most recommending, because it's the one I use and it's easiest, in my opinion, MetaMask, because it has a Chrome extension that makes it very easy. It is available to everybody, and that would be the route to go.
And why should somebody buy your NFT? I saw you were saying the other day about this is a blueprint for how to do NFTs.
The real reason I believe that most people should buy my NFT is my obsession with making it a valuable outcome for them. Look, NFTs are high risk. And I've said it over and over. I believe 98% of NFT projects right now are not good investments. Now, if you love an artist, if you love an athlete or musician, you want to support them like a t-shirt, mazel tov, that's exactly right. But for me, my focus is treating this as a 45-year project, not a 45-day project. I think I see some people with big audiences treating this as a 4-hour project. To me, this is not a money grab or a land grab. And I don't want to give away too much, but I think it will be very clear when I launch this, the inherent value of the smart contract should dramatically outpace the original investment made by people.
Gary, I'm so excited for 5/5. We can't wait to see it. And I'm excited for anyone in the Middle East who has questions, DM me. We're going to help you guys understand NFTs and about the industry in general. Thank you, Gary, for your time today. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Maha. Happy Ramadan, everyone.
Yeah.
YouTube watcher, what's up? It's Garyvee. First of all, thank you so much. I hope you're doing super well during these times. I also want to ask you, please subscribe because my commitment and exploration of YouTube is about to explode. Stories, polls, more content, more engagement, more surprise and delight. This is the time to subscribe. I hope you consider it, and I hope I see you soon.